Okay, so I just want to do a quick review on my Master Replicas, my 2006 Master Replicas Double Bladed Darth Maul Lightsaber. I actually bought this hilt off of a collector. He actually bought this lightsaber in 2006 for a Halloween party. He used it for that one night on Halloween, and then after that he took the hilt, he put it back in its original box, and then he took that box, put it in another box, and then it sat in storage for 6 years until I found it. So it's in really good shape. Now, there's not a lot of difference between a Hasbro and a Master Replicas. I mean, the parts are even interchangeable. But I will say that there is a quality difference. I actually own a couple Hasbro FX Sabers, and they're nice, but it seems like every time I buy one I end up having to take it back and swap it out until I get one that's right, because there's usually something wrong with them. Anyhow, another thing that I like about Master Replicas is the way they do their boxes. The boxes are a lot more interesting than what Hasbro puts out. But anyways, this is the big box that it comes in. It's flawless. Like I said, he took this box and put it in another box, so that kept it nice and new. Let's see here. This is the back side of it. Okay, and Master Replicas as well as Hasbro actually makes two versions of this saber. One being the battle damaged, and that's the one that I luckily got, was the battle damaged. And really the only difference is that the non-battle damaged is a much shinier finish, and the battle damaged has got a duller gray finish, which these are the pommels, which are the end caps that go onto both hilts. The hilts come apart, as most of you guys probably know, and then these are the end caps. But this is my Master Replicas end cap. Okay, and you notice I've got three. The one in the center is from Hasbro. It's completely compatible. Like I said, it's pretty much the same saber. The parts are compatible. It screws right on. But you can see the difference in the finish. This would be the non-battle damaged, and these would be the battle damaged. So there's a big difference in that. I got this because when I take the sabers apart and I dual wield them, I don't really want to mess up my Master Replicas pommels, so I've got this one. And I'm not a big fan of how they put graphics right here. So what I did is I took a Brillo pad and wet it, put some soap on it, use soapy water, and I got a nice polished finish there. There's no graphics here, because it usually will say Hasbro or Master Replicas, LucasArts, and all that stuff. I just took it off. I felt like it'd be more realistic. As you can see, each pommel has got the simulated crystal there, and that's just to simulate, in the Phantom Menace when Obi-Wan and Darth Maul are fighting after Qui-Gon got killed. Obi-Wan slices the saber in half, and this would be the crystal. I think out of all the FX sabers, Hasbro or Master Replicas, this one would have to be one of my favorites. I think it's also one of the more accurate hilts. It's very, very accurate. The only thing is this part right here where the holes are drilled is not accurate. I mean, obviously Darth Maul's saber in the movie did not have holes drilled here, but they had to do that to let the sound out. Another thing too is on the back side of the hilt, you notice I've got a hole here and a hole here, and what that is that is for your CoverTech clip, and it just screws in here using an Allen wrench. I removed mine. Now what's not accurate about it is that in the movie or in the storyline, this is actually, it is two sabers, but it's two sabers that are fused into one piece. So Darth Maul's saber did not actually come apart. It was cut in half. So Darth Maul would have only had one CoverTech wheel versus two. But being that they are two individual hilts, they're both going to have these on here. I removed them just for the simple fact that I actually use my saber. I don't just keep it on a shelf. So it gets used. I mean, I try to take care of it, but I removed them because they're in the way. Another thing that I do when I'm wielding this is that I actually remove this as well. This comes right off. It unscrews. And I remove this. Like so, and over here like so. Why? Because it gets in the way when I'm trying to spin. So you pretty much got everything you need in one package. You've got a double-bladed saber. You can take them apart, and you've got a single saber, or you can dual wield. So you've got everything in one package. Excuse me. I really like the way this hilt has been machined. It's simple, but it's just really nice, and it feels good in your hand. The hilt itself, the main body of the hilt is aluminum. I also say that on the FX sabers they usually have some plastic to them. Mainly in the switches and such, but the Darth Maul is the one that uses the least amount of plastic. In fact, the entire hilt is all aluminum, except for this piece. The coupler in the middle is actually really heavy. It's made out of steel rather than aluminum. But I guess I'll show you what the well, first let me show you the sabers lit up. So it doesn't slide like most FX sabers, it twists. Which, honestly, I don't think I like that. I'd rather it kind of slide up. But then again, when you're spinning the saber, I guess it is good that it turns, because your hand's up here mostly, so if it slid, if it was like a latching switch, it would probably turn on an awful lot by accident. And as you can see, it's a nice red. My batteries are actually dying. These are stock electronics. I haven't converted this saber yet. But as is, it's not bad. It's also, out of the FX sabers, it's also one of the louder ones too. But this saber has a lot of potential. I don't know if you can see, but on the hilt there's like a plastic, there's a bubble right here and a bubble right here, and it almost looks like an LED light, like here and here, and also on the other side, here and here. And so there's a lot of possibilities you could do with this. I mean, you could add an accent LED here and here. You could add like a crystal pommel LED in here, and the light would come through, which would look really good through the pommel, because if you had like a red LED inside the hilt accenting through, it would come through the little crystal right here, and also all these little holes. I don't know if you can see the holes or not. So there's a lot of potential. I guess I'll show you the sabers apart real quick and how that works. So just bear with me. Just turn it off for a second. Okay, so you just simply twist. I've watched other reviews and on these FX sabers, and usually like this part where they're taking the saber apart, you'll hear like a lot of screeching and that high-pitched sound. It sounds like somebody's taking their fingernails and rubbing it across the chalkboard. You notice mine doesn't do that, and the reason for that is it's because it's called oil, or grease. Just put a little bit of oil on it. Anything, even, I don't know, WD-40, which I wouldn't recommend, but I just took just a little bit of bearing grease, not much at all, and just rubbed it through the threads right here, and voila, it takes care of the problem. But anyways, this is the Hasbro pommel, not the Master Replicas. I'm going to put the Hasbro pommel in here just to show you that they're the same saber, really. It's just, I think that when Master Replicas was running the show, I think they had maybe better quality standards. Anyway, so see, simple. And then this part is still attached right here. And if I wanted to, I could put the other pommel in, but I'm not going to for the sake of time. And I'm lazy. So, okay. So here's the two sabers apart. Voila. So now you can dual wield. Now, when the saber is together, it's actually pretty heavy, but separately, they're actually really light. And it's just a really, really nice hilt. Pretty loud. I mean, for a stock FX saber, it's pretty loud. So anyways, that is my review of my Master Replicas Darth Maul Double Bladed Lightsaber. I really love it. And also, just real quick, this is a good book. I'd recommend it. Darth Maul Shadow Hunter. It's pretty good. But anyways, thank you so much for watching.